What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Prowl Nation Roar, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. This is your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, and it's all from your perspective. Your thoughts are important. So, if you want to join us live here on the show, make sure you click on the link that is in the live chat right now. You're more than welcome to come and hang out with us. And we have got quite a bit to talk about tonight. But before we do that, I'm going to bring in my favorite co host. You know him. He is the founder of the Tupperware Party. The Exchange. He is the founder also of the Summer Dress Fan Club. LL Cool. Doritz, what's up, my man?
Wazam, Prowl Nation. Happy Monday.
All right, let's get this thing started right now. All right, Prowl Nation family. There was some talk today. An article was released about five guys who are going to have a make or break season. They either step in or step out. So we're going to go through all five guys, and I want to hear what you guys have to think about them. Number 5 on the list was Romeo Aquara, who logged in 10 sacks in 2020. He was injured the last 2 seasons. He's in the final year of his contract, and he has to compete for snaps now with Hutch and Houston stepping up. So what do you think about this, LL?
I like Romeo. I think he's going to make the team, barring any unforeseen, hardships. I don't even want to say it, but Romeo in spot time last year, he produced. I think he might have had what he had, I think 2 sacks last year, and he looked good doing it. If he's healthy, I expect decent things from Romeo Aquara. He'll definitely be a contributing member of this pass rush. At least I believe so.
I think he's going to have to face steep competition here with, especially Houston wanting to blow up and expected to have a phenomenal season. So, he was one of those guys that I said that anybody with a last name of O that started with a letter O on the defense needed to go. And I don't think he's going to be able to step up and be able to secure a spot on the roster. I honestly don't see it.
So you think that? So I guess we could say like the 3 that we know, or the 3 that we can safely assume is going to make it is Hutch, James Houston, and Josh Pascal, right?
Pretty much.
So you don't think he can beat out Charles Harris? I think he can. I don't even know who else we got. Who's it? Charles Harris? Maybe his younger brother. I think he'll definitely make it. What other edge options do we have that he might not make it because of?
Well, number 4 on the list was actually Charles Harris, who's got a similar situation as Aquara, and he was super productive in 2021, but still the same thing with the limiting injuries, and he's also on his final contract year, so he's also on that edge and needs to step up or step out as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely for Charles Harris, I think he's. Well, I don't know. I can't even say that because I think they're ready to give him a shot. I think they're gonna give Romeo a shot as well. I think they're gonna give both of those guys a reasonable amount of opportunities to make this team, and I think they have it. I don't outside of those guys, like I named Josh Pascal and the younger Aquara. Other than that, what other edge rushers is gonna push him, or what other edge rushers is he battling for? And at least I believe that he's better than the guys that whoever he gonna battle for. I think he'll make it. I think he'll earn that spot. He do it all, man. He shows He can hold the edge in the run game. You know, he got decent enough pass rush moves. I've even seen him with a counter move when he trying to go one way, they don't get him, and then he right around the other way. So everybody should have, and that's not a big surprise. If you're a pass rusher, you should have more than one move anyway. But I think he's capable. Not saying that Charles Harris ain't, but I just feel like he's in a better spot than Charles Harris. I think he's better than Charles Harris. I think Charles Harris might make this team as well. So if that says anything, I think both of them guys is gonna make it, and the young girl core. That's only 5, unless and I know it's probably happened, unless some names and some people are slipping my mind. I think all those guys is gonna make it.
I think that Charles Harris stands a better chance than Romeo Okwara of making the team.
Really? Why is that?
Well, because Charles Harris has been able to be more consistent and be out on the field more. Okwara has been out for like 2 seasons, barely playing.
Well, what did he do? I know, was it Achilles?
It was Achilles heel, yeah. It's Achilles heel.
Okay. And when did he? Because I remember.
I think it was 2020. It was 2 years. Well, 2021, 2020, 2021.
Let's see. I don't remember, but
I mean, he had the opportunity to kind of come back a little bit more last year, but that injury is still nagging him.
I mean, and at their best, if that's what we're gonna call it, at their best, at least on this team, Charles Harris showed us 7.5, and Romeo showed us 10. So I don't know. And even then, Charles Harris was reasonably healthy for a minute last year. He just really wasn't doing much. What's the name? Romeo was hurt, and of course he left him kind of limited. But when he came back, like I said earlier, he was out there doing some things. Where is he at? I can't even see him on here. Okay. Romeo Okwara, right? I'm gonna look at Romeo and I'm gonna look at Charles Harris. So Romeo in 2020. I'm sorry, 2021. Okay, yeah, he played. So I guess he got hurt last year. He played 4 games last year and 5 games. Excuse me. Sorry, 2 years ago. He played 4 games in 2021 and 5 games last year. He had 1 sack in 2021 and 2 sacks last year. So he played in 6 total games in 2021 and 8 total games last year. So what did he get hurt last? He got hurt in 2021. So yeah, that sound about right. And then he came back last year and played the last 8 games, or played in the last 8 games. So yeah, I think his injury. Well, I don't think. Well, yeah, he healed. We could probably say he healed. It's Achilles, right? Mm-hmm. They say like that second year after coming back is when you usually start to take that step. But now let's look at at least that's what they used to say. Now let's look at Charles Harris. In 2021, he had 7.5. Last year, he played in 14 total games. Games played. So what does this mean? I was reading this wrong then. So GP is game played. He played 6, and then total is 14. So what does that mean? He appeared in 14 or something, or he was available for 14
that would be
that,
that he was in 14, yeah.
I don't know. Well, he only had 1 sack. And he did have 10 solo tackles though, and 4 assists. So I feel like it's room enough for both of them, honestly. Because let's say because fortunately enough, all of these guys are different body styles or different styles, I guess. Because Hutch is a lot different than Hutch and Romeo is probably the most closely related, but James Houston is a lot different than the rest of them. Charles Harris even plays a little bit different than the rest of them, and their younger Okwara, he's a different mode of player. So it offers some variety. So if he has a spot because he can give something that maybe the other guys can't as much of, or he could just be a backup, or like you said, he may not be here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough thing, and we're gonna have to kind of suspend what we kind of think about this one, because this is going to be one of those training camp battles that we'll probably have to look for to see, if who can shake off the rust faster, who can, outshine, outperform, and then who's going to show up and show out in the preseason games and and those kind of things. So I think this is going to be a tough battle between the two to get one of those spots secure. But let's see what the Prowl Nation has to think about these two guys. Michael Huck says, "Good afternoon from Costa Rica. He finally
Oh
made it to one of the
man,
new live shows. Yeah, we love you, reliable Michael Huck. We missed you. We
what are
got
you?
Dan.
Don't answer this if it's anything that you can't answer. But what is you doing in Costa Rica, man? Like why are you just visiting? Like you just out there having a ball and checking
I
out
think
some
it's part
Detroit
of his
Lions on the
job.
prowl?
It's either job or vacation, one of the two.
Is y'all
He's
hiring?
always on the move.
If it's your job, is y'all hiring? Like do y'all need somebody else to be in Costa Rica? I would do it. I
It's one
got
of
some
those
skills.
government jobs, it's one of those government jobs.
I
You got to get.
mean, weed is legal now, so I feel like anything other than that, ain't gonna do with me. The only thing I dabble in is the green, so we can do it.
Of course, we got our man Dan Spanos in the building. We've got Milton Spearman. What's going on? Let's get this party started. Welcome to Prowl Nation, Milton. We're glad to have you here.
What's up? What's up?
Let's see, who else do we got? We got Tristan in the building. Our day one supporter from.
What's going on, Tristan? That's my
Uh,
dog.
let's see. We'll see. Detroit man, fan man, Jonah Jackson, Romeo, Iffy, Goff. Hey, I got one. Dan Spano says Romeo will start. We're always, he likes to be the polar opposite of me. We got Ranted Q in the building. What's up, peep? One of my favorite guys who's got a TikTok channel. Make sure you go find him. He's got some good stuff there. Detroit fan man. Yeah. Let's see. You got 2 sacks in the Giants game. Which one was that? Was that for Okora or?
I think he might be
Harris?
talking about. He got to be talking about Okora because Charles Harris only had 1 sack. I don't remember what game it came in, but I guess I can check it out. Let's see.
He took a $14 million pay cut to be on the team.
Yeah, he did do that.
If we are considering cap hit, Romeo is 5.647 this year. Harris is 5.164. I did forget about the new contract. He's still slightly more expensive.
No, it was 2 against the Jets. I maybe I misheard. I don't know if he said Giants or Jets, but it looked like he, at least per ESPN, it was the 2 against the Jets.
I mean, the cap hit is for the cap hit. That's pretty much just pennies on the dollar. But for me, Harris is a little bit more valuable when you consider all the factors than Romeo Okora. So, and not that I not have anything against Romeo Okora. It's just he has proven he's been a little bit more valuable to the team efforts and the team build overall. So, but those are number 5 and number 4. We're going on to number 3, which was a surprising one for me, but it was Jared Goff.
That's a surprise to you?
Actually, that's a surprise that he had. Well, not really and I'll explain why in a bit, but he's under the Lions' control this season and next. The Lions have to decide whether or not they're going to commit for the duration. According to SI.com, which this article was from, he needs to either make the playoffs and have a postseason win to guarantee a stay. And if he struggles, he's out the door. I don't see where I pretty much figured that he was going to be gone anyway. He would be extended if that were to happen, but with the addition of Hooker, we win no matter what.
And that's I was going to say, like, well, it all depends on what kind of struggle too. You can't be out there looking like when Jared Goff looked bad, But yeah, no, I'm surprised. Well, I'll take it back. It is a bit of a surprise. I thought he'd be number 1 because I think his play is most dependent on that. If he don't have a good season, his replacement is already on the roster. It's true with them other guys, but we might have to draft another edge or, what I'm saying, or whatever it is. It'll be some things a little bit. There's some things. It is a more of a process to replace them other guys, or maybe not, because we already got their replacement roster too. But Jared Goff, he got somebody breathing down his neck. So the moment that that he is able to play football, Jared Goff better not suck no more, or else it ain't gonna be long before we start seeing Hendon Hooker out there.
Yeah, I'm, I can believe that he's going to be on this make it or break it list because, he's got now a good enough team on both sides of the ball to be able to step up and actually be the leader he's supposed to be. He struggled to do that with the Rams. This is his kind of a thing. He was making some vanilla ice moves in the offseason, which I constantly pick on. But, he can't dupe the game, okay? He's got to actually produce and step up as a franchise quarterback because he doesn't have much time left. I mean, to be honest, how many other teams are really going to seriously contend for him if he struggles this year? He's struggled with the Rams to actually produce something. Now he's with the Lions, and the Lions team is built, and he's struggling again. When his contract is up, where are you going to go?
It all kind of depends. At least my opinion, it all kind of depend on quarterback injuries and stuff like that. A place that popped in my head when you was talking about it is San Fran. Depending on how they, their situation, I feel like they might feel like they can make any quarterback a good one. And we've seen that Jared Goff can at least not suck so much, at least here. You know what I'm saying? Like in the second year of a new system and stuff like that. So that might be incentive for somebody to sign him and think like, hey, if we get him on a good enough plan, do some things that we might can get him playing at that level earlier than that, a few games into the first season with us. So you're right. If he don't get it right here, he'll be out of here. But somebody will pick him up, I think. Who knows? What if Stafford arm's still hurt? Rams might take him back. The Bucks might need a quarterback. And it kind of all depends on where draft position it lies. Or they might draft a guy and still sign Goff because you let him be the bridge for the next 2 years or something. I don't know. But I don't think when he leaves here, he'll be out the league or nothing like that. I think he'll get a job, and it won't be super hard. Maybe not a starting job, but he'll find a job.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to find a starting job, but if he could get a backup spot, he's probably going to need to be able to at least show strong leadership skills with the team that's already built here because that's going to be one of his most valuable assets for another team to pick him up. You want to be able to have a backup that's going to step up and step out. I mean, and be ready. So if he's struggling with what he's got developed here, that's going to be a very big question mark on his resume for me.
Yeah, I mean, everything comes with context, though,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we got Hooker is on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I'll tell you something that the heat's on Jared Goff right now.
He is?
Yep. Yep, they released that, and the preview of it. Yeah.
What to talk about what he might do for the line? That's weird. Why would they do that?
Well, Hendon Hooker is actually one of the most unique quarterbacks that's coming out for a while. He's extremely, extremely intelligent. He's basically got a photographic memory for the playbook. So if he can overcome this injury, and he's dynamic. He is a personality kind of Justin Fields type of real dynamic type of guy. Not saying that he's like compared to Justin Fields. I'm not really comparing him football wise, but I'm saying that he's very, very, he's elite compared to some of the rookies that are coming out in this class, in the quarterback class.
Yeah, that could come with the fact that he, halfway our age too. That he might be able to. Things won't affect him as much because he got that old age on his side,
But see, everybody talks about this old age thing, and let me tell you something though. A lot of fans want to go for the younger guy, but the problem with the NFL right now is a lot of these quarterbacks are getting drafted earlier and earlier and earlier. Right? They're allowed to come on and whatever their eligibility for the draft or whatever. So that's a problem. because most quarterbacks in the NFL do not get in their prime and in great spots until they're close to 30. So Hendon Hooker's at a prime spot right now. If he can overcome this injury and he's got all of those talents and skills in his bank, he could be like one of those, elite quarterbacks we talk about for a very long time.
Right. I sure hope so. I told, but one of his comps was Jared Goff, so But yeah, no, you already know I got high hopes for Hendon Hooker whenever he does see the field.
Mm. Yeah, we got Jazzy One Paul Jaros in the building, and we've also got Maniac Tim, who says in order to be the Lions' true quarterback, if I could talk tonight whatsoever, he needs to prove himself. One good season means nothing. One good season means nothing. He needs to be consistently good.
I agree.
Goff will take the job this year and should lock him in for 5 years. Ranting Q, going Goff over Hooker here.
You sure about that, Ranting Q?
You sure about that? You want to make a bet on that, Ranting Q? You want to place a bet with the Queen of the Prowl? You want to place a bet on this? We'll talk. Milton Spearman said Goff's play is vital for this year. Yes, it is. It is vital for this year. We're not disputing that. Who knows how soon Hooker could return? My prediction is that we're going to see Hooker this year as a fourth quarter quarterback. But that's all going to depend on Goff and how well he can secure Lions leads in games. But I don't think we're going to see him beyond that unless Goff gets injured, God forbid. Zach J is in the building. Welcome to Prowl Nation. I have a feeling this is Stafford's last year. Stafford should have retired the moment he won the Super Bowl. That was all he needed to do. That was it. I think that was all he needed to prove, and he should have just been like, I'm going to Costa Rica with my reliable Michael Luck. Yeah. Shaman says, I could see Goff going to the Titans or Commanders if he magically sucks this year.
I don't know.
Think he would go to the Titans. Maybe the Commanders.
Both of those teams have their future quarterback. Well, maybe not Washington, because they got Sam Howell, but Tennessee drafted Hendon Hooker. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, not Tennessee. What's Will Levis? I said Hendon Hooker. My bad. Tennessee made me say that. But they drafted Will Levis.
Mr. Banana Boy Will Levis. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We on top though. What's happening, guys? What's up? We on top though. 100. Dave Trade Fan Man says this. So Brad gets Goff for free in a trade, and then gets paid for Goff in a trade. That would be so smooth.
I mean, might be very likely.
Y'all just playing right now. I mean, Sports Illustrated has always tried to put a hooker on their cover. The family is only ready now. You know what? That's got to be the comment of the night tonight. Yeah, that's got to be the comment of the night. Thank you for that. That was great. See, Gerald, welcome to Prowl Nation. Hooker is taking the job when that contract comes up. I'm with you. I think Hooker is going to be the franchise quarterback for the Lions. I really do.
Barring, I'm going to say I hope that's how it goes, because that means that Jared Goff ain't been terrible between now and then. But I got an inkling that we might see Hendon Hooker before the end of 2024, like full time.
And then Ranton Q was wanting to take that bet until Dan Spanos was talking him out of it and said, "You don't want to bet with Val. Trust me, Q. You'll be wearing a Bears hat before you know it." Ranton Q said, "Yeah, you're right. Val. I'm good." Oh, come on! Don't let Dan Spanos scare you now. He's telling lies, pretty little lies. Okay. Okay. So number 2 is. Poor Jim's guy, Derek Barnes.
I don't see why he's so high. I feel like there's other guys with more impending doom at their door. Um, Barnes, to me at least, from what I could see, always played all right. Like he wasn't out there looking lost. He just didn't really get a lot of time, and it was, for me, questions on like why not? You know what I'm saying? Because it was like his shoulder was hurt for a while, and I don't remember if it was any other kind of injuries, but I know it was like a nagging shoulder type situation. But anytime they gave him like opportunity, he would go out there and at least perform a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But last year in the spot times that he looked real good. So I don't think he should be. I don't like that maybe he should be this high. I don't know. I just don't like that he's that high. But Derek Barnes for sure. He's already a projected starter. I mean, that could be to entice Jack Campbell to step his stuff up. But I don't know. I want Derek Barnes to make this team.
Yeah, I do too. For Jim's sake, yeah, that was his guy. But the major mark that SI was bringing up as far as Derek Barnes was concerned was that he is yet to show any consistent production on the field since he's been here.
My only question would be is when has he got the opportunity? Like he ain't even start. And maybe that's the reason why, because he ain't been consistent. But I don't know. I would, of course, they know better than I ever will because they see everything that I don't get to see. But again, I'm rooting for Derek Barnes to make this team and to start.
Now, the caveat with Derek Barnes and stepping up and stepping out is his ability to gel and play well with Jack Campbell. If he can do that, he could be very much so an anchor for this defense. Now he's done good so far this offseason. He's done very well in OTAs, but he needs to be consistent when it comes to game time. And he's got to step up his game so that he can have those opportunities. I mean, I know it's been a struggle the past couple of years, but you've got to give us a little bit more juice to work with. You got to drink that Kool-Aid, buddy. Drink that Kool-Aid or some whatever it is that we got to do. And to kind of get your name out there and be on fire, kind of like a James Houston type of energy. You see what I'm saying? That it just hasn't been there. Now, that's his knock. Number one. We all need to know who number one is, though, on this list. And Coach Mike Jones is not going to be happy because it is his boy, Will Harris.
See, and this is why I don't like Derek Barnes being number two. Like Will Harris and Derek Barnes, at least in my mind, are in worlds different situations. Will Harris is 2 steps away from being a coach.
Will Harris is 2 steps away from being the water boy.
I think Barnes, if he don't make it here, he'll definitely get a shot somewhere else because Barnes is the kind of linebacker that you want. So, I mean, I understand him being ranked there as well, but I don't. Ain't a make or break year for him because we not really. I'm not counting on nothing from Will Harris, so whatever.
Well, all of those secondary upgrades that the Lions have been making in this offseason has left his role in question because to his credit, he has been a very utility player who's been able to work at corner, safety, and nickel. But
when you say work, like when you go to work or like actually like working at the position?
Well, he's been playing those roles. He's played the role at,
I think he's been there.
At corner safety. He's done some accomplishments in those 3 roles. It hasn't been great, hasn't been consistent, but he's been around the block to try to kind of piece together this Lions defense that's been just demolished over the past few years.
You know what? And now that you brought that up, I know every team do that where they just hype, talk dudes up. I shouldn't say hype dudes up, but talk dudes up. Oh, he's looking good in camp. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, he's doing that. Last year, all we heard was good things about Will Harris. And then we saw very different things. So I don't know no more. And now I really got to take into consideration all the stuff they've been saying about people. Oh, he's looking like XYZ because you might have been out there looking like Will Harris. So, but Will Harris is ass is grass basically. He got two replacements on the roster. They signed one and they drafted one to do the exact thing they've been asking him to do over the last few years: play safety and play nickel or cover a wide receiver or cover a man. Cover somebody. So I think we'll be seeing Coach Will Harris pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, he got brought back on a 1-year deal. So, and you've got guys like Brian Branch, you've got the corners, Sutton and CJ that are far more versatile. Will Harris is going to struggle. I don't even know how he kept his job for another year. I think that was probably maybe a filler position because they didn't have those guys signed as of yet. But unless he does something spectacular during training camp, I don't see Will Harris being able to either secure a roster spot this year, or definitely be gone by the end of the year if he doesn't do anything during the season.
I'm telling you now, senior assistant defensive back coach, Will Harris, coming soon.
Well, you know what? After I've seen Trinity Benson brought back 3 times, and I still can't figure out why, anything is possible.
You're right. Very good point. Very good point.
Let's see. Dan Spano says Will Harris is like a cockroach. He'll make it through a nuclear war.
Looking like it right now.
Lions 190 or 1960. Welcome to Prowl Nation. Agree with LL. I like the sound of Coach Harris more than CB Harris.
There you go. I like you already. Lions 1960. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Prowl, and thank you for that. Yeah.
LL's about to send you an invite to his Tupperware T-shirt exchange program and some address block party.
It's out there, yeah.
Michael Hugg says he has pictures of people in compromising positions.
Gotta be.
He got something on Dan Campbell, man. I don't know. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, maybe I don't know what freaky deaky things they do in that locker room.
I don't want to. I was gonna make a real bad joke, and I don't want to do that because I feel like Miss Sheila pull up on me. But maybe Miss Sheila sweet on him. Maybe she like his haircut or something. That's why he's still around.
I don't know. Maybe he wears some white diamonds. We don't know.
Or maybe he bring her the white. Maybe that's what it is. She sent him to the store to go get the white diamonds when she out.
Sheila is a sugar mama.
Hey, if she look, I'm looking. If she looking to sponsor a poor young fellow,
LL is available. Sheila, tag Sheila in this video. LL needs a sugar mama.
I make awesome and incredibly delicious barbecue. I know how to catch and fry my own fish. Look, Miss Sheila, we can, bring me on. I could be a popcorn vendor or something. Bring me around. Like, give me $1 million.
Shaman says, I feel like Will Harris has been burned just as much as Okudah did. I would have rather kept Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes was miles better than Harris.
Where did he go? Did he go to Miami too, or Carolina?
I don't
know.
To
Carolina? I'm about to look.
He was one of those guys that you forget his name and forget he existed. And
I forgot it. Was it Mike Harris? Who was it? Mike Hughes. Mike Hughes.
Mike Hughes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? You forget his name already.
Yeah. I'm about to look and see where he went though.
Detroit Famous. I must be tripping. This is 5 lines that need to bring it. Romeo, Goff, Barnes, and Harris. Who did I miss? Romeo, Harris, Falcons. Goff, Barnes, and Harris. You missed Barnes in that list. Yeah. Oh no, you had Barnes. Romeo, Goff, Barnes, Harris, Okora.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okora.
No, Romeo,
Goff, Barnes,
Jared Goff,
Harris, and
Derek Barnes.
Who did he miss? We leaving whoever was.
And Will Harris.
Oh no.
It was 2 Harrises. We had 2 Harrises. That's why. That's where it is. It's two Harrises that are on this top five.
Charles Harris and
And Will
Will
Harris.
Harris. You're
Yep.
right. You're right.
That's
You're
where
right.
we go. LL, just tell Sheila that you got the Tupperware covered.
I'm not gonna say that. I tell Miss Sheila whatever she want to hear. I will not tell Miss Sheila anything that she want to hear. But yeah, let me know, Miss Sheila. I'll send you a Tupperware full of some delicious barbecue and baked beans and some green beans and some whatever else you want. And macaroni. I'll be cooking it up.
That Tupperware will definitely get her. Well, yeah.
I so hope so. Ain't she married? Is she married or what? I don't. Maybe I
Yeah,
should be
she's
talking like
married.
this. My apologies, Mr. Hemp.
I think she is. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she is. So, moving on past this list now, because a lot of these guys were ones that we just know that are on the cusp of just Breaking Bad. So Mike Kimber and Lions Nation Unite posted a question for fans today because it was released that only 2 Lions players made it to the top 100 list. And that was Penei Sewell, I believe, and Amon Ra St. Brown. So, do you think, Prowl Nation family, do you think that more Lions players should have been on this list, or the 2 guys should have been higher up?
Well, do we know what their positioning was already, or they?
I believe Sewell was at around 66. I don't know where Amon Ra was. If somebody knows, let me know. But I know I thought I saw it around the 66 mark, I believe, for Penei.
66 better be the second highest right tackle on the list. Because I understand they're gonna put Lane Johnson, I think his name is, the right tackle from Philly. He gonna be number 1. I'm cool with that. But anybody outside of Penei number 2, I feel like you're gonna have to see me and Penei. We're gonna pull up on both of on any both of us is gonna pull up on y'all. Cause are y'all seeing what that guy's doing out there? He's shutting that end down, man. That end of the line down, man. I feel like he deserves more respect. He was getting respect in his rookie year when he was starting at left end. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I only know to talk, or no, because it's gonna be another right tackle. I don't know what y'all know, but if Penei Sewell is 66, I feel like y'all got a whole host of issues on your hands, and Amon-Ra's probably behind him. Who knows? Because
I think he was a lot lower down the list, if I'm not mistaken.
He should be. He should be. And if I could answer that now, who should have made the list that didn't? Jamal Williams should have made the list. If you're gonna lead the league in tackles, touchdowns, got over 1,000 yards. He had a really productive season for a decent team.
But
even
he's
in the
technically
90s.
No longer a Lions now, so I think that he might have made the list, but not as a Lion.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how that works, but because I don't know the criteria for this list, y'all. Right. So I don't know.
I think it's player voting.
Yeah.
But another one, our friend Jared Goff. Ain't no way in hell you could be a top 8 statistical quarterback and not make a top 100 list.
Yeah, especially with the offense being as high as it was.
Especially with Kirk Cousins being in the NFL, he probably on y'all list. If y'all vote Kirk Cousins anything, you should vote Jared Goff that same thing, but better. Because he's better than Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins will give you the same thing over and over and over again, which is not enough.
Yeah, what did they put? What was it? Tom Brady was number 1?
Not this year. He couldn't have been. I don't believe that. Tom
of 20. Well, that's of 2022. Yeah, so we're going into the 2023 season.
Tom Brady was number 1. That's
mm-hmm.
and allow me to talk shit about Tom Brady. Number 1, fuck Tom Brady. Number 2, NFL Network just run old games all the time, right? So you get to see some old games. I get to see some of them old Super Bowl games. Y'all just be talking about, oh, Tom Brady was this and he's a Super Bowl champion and blah blah blah. And whatever game, it was the first one against the Rams. He threw 11 passes in the first half. And whatever. All I'm saying, all the
Oh, maybe it
points
was
was
Patrick
all.
Mahomes.
Hey, that's got to be it. But the point of it is that Tom Brady, I need to ease back off Tom Brady. He won 7 of them, but you got to give other people credit for that 7 because he didn't win all 7. The first 4 of them, maybe he wasn't in charge.
Amon-Ra St. Brown went 55.
That's decent. He probably should have been top
That's
50, but that's
decent.
decent.
I mean,
I'm cool. He probably mad at it, and I'm cool with that because he gonna come out. He gonna come out on fire.
I mean, I struggle with this question for myself to answer this. Of, I'm surprised. My first reaction was I'm surprised any Detroit Lions made it on this list, especially with the way the year went last year. But if you're looking at over talent, there's some guys that really I thought should have been on this list. Then if it's by overall talent level, like and production that they've done, Jared Goff, I agree with you, is one of them that I believe should have been one of those that were on the list. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes was number 1. I misspoke. It wasn't Tom Brady. It was
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
I ain't got no beef with that.
Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes is kind of overrated, to be honest. I mean,
I don't.
but
And what? Well, I'll listen to the argument depending on why. But if it's anything other than what I would deem as like a reasonable excuse, which is Andy Reid, I don't agree. That thing different over there.
Yeah, and you've got some of the other guys that have been around for a while on the Lions team. You've got guys that are like Frank Ragnow, Taylor Decker,
Jonah Jackson should. Well, I don't.
I would have questioned Jonah Jackson, but
put him at 99. I don't know.
I mean, Taylor Decker's been here since the dinosaurs were invented. For God's sakes, I mean, you think his name would have been on here somewhere,
right? I mean, I ain't tripping too hard on him not making it. The only person that I would say like shoulda made it that didn't. And I don't, maybe we don't know this part yet because I don't know who should have made it that didn't. Hutchinson should have made it. You can put him at 99 or 98 or something like that. 9.5 sacks, 3 picks for a rookie. I think he lands within 100. I don't think you could name 100 dudes better than him. And if you can, I like to see the list.
Right. You got it. Lions 1960. This says 2 out of 100. It's ridiculous. I'm not a golfer, but to leave him out after last season is making your list look laughable. Simply because Detroit Fan Man pointed out that Justin Fields was number 78, and Goff isn't in the top 100 or the extra 30 honorable mentions.
Well, I can't.
And Goff did not golf.
Wait.
The Bears asked twice.
And you said in the extra 30 honorable mentions he ain't making. Now that's a little disrespectful. I understand it's a player vote, so I will respect it, more than any other list out there because it's actual player voting. So they say. But no, cause ain't none of that Justin Fields. What, because he run more or something like that? And that's cool, but I mean he was hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's a bad pick.
You had Goff wiping Justin Fields, all over the place in both games.
But I won't say that.
Conspiracy theory here of why Goff did not make the top 100 or the 30 honorable mentions because it's a player vote thing. Could the fan base be an option here with hating Goff so much that
if that's what it is, if it's the fan, if it's
because if the fans consistently still hate him with all he's doing, maybe other players in the league don't disrespect him as well for the same type of reasons.
Again, if the play, I would rather respect it if the players said it. If the fans not voting Jared Goff in, I would say y'all some dummies. Because again, who y'all voted Justin Fields in? And let's say if he should have made it, I ain't even gonna argue should he or should he not have made it. I ain't even gonna argue that, right? But Jared Goff should have made it if he made it. Is all I'll say.
Well, if it's a popularity contest, I could see Fields making it over Goff. Popularity wise, because Justin Fields is more dynamic and sociable than I believe Goff is.
And if it's a popularity contest, then I don't respect the list at all. Then y'all should just name it 100 most popular players in the NFL by NFL player vote, not top 100. Well, I guess they don't say top 100 best, so I don't know. But y'all need to tweak the name of that list if it's about popularity, because
Well, to me, I believe that this is NFL's popularity contest anyway.
I don't disagree.
You can't have bias like that. It's there. There are guys that deserve to at least to be on that list that I could see that you can't tell me that there were guys on here that were better than some of the ones. Aaron Donald, of course, deserves to be on this list or whatever, but uh, you've got there's some guys on here I don't know who the hell they even are. So, and then I guess only 3 Vikings made Pete Prisco's 2023 list of NFL top. So
Now that would be interesting because, like you said, what if if they're not on the team no more? Because the Vikings lost a lot of guys. Like Dalvin Cook ain't there no more. I don't think he would make the list, but Adam Thielen ain't there no more. Zadarius Smith ain't there no more. They middle linebacker ain't there no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They lost some guys and I don't know if any of them guys should have made the list anyway. But 3 for them. You know what? I take all that back. Yeah, they should have had 3. They shouldn't have had. They shouldn't have had 3. They shouldn't have had 1. Because if Kirk Cousins on the list is flawed. The list is questionable if Kirk Cousins made this list. How about that?
yeah. Also, the list is created solely by Pete Prisco. So this is one man. There could be some bias in this list.
The
making.
NFL top 100, or this is Pete Briscoe's top 100.
This is Pete Briscoe's NFL.com.
Oh, I don't care. Then. I don't care. Yeah. I don't. Pete Briscoe, you can. Don't nobody care about what Pete Briscoe got to say. He probably, it's a definite reason why more Lions ain't make it in, because a lot of people, if you listening or if y'all paying attention out there, a lot of people are turning on the Lions just because other people are showing the Lions love, and they doing it whack, like they doing it like some B words. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing it like some little hoe ass people. Because for one, who I'm really starting not to like because of how you talk about the Lions. And I understand why, because we popped that motherfucking lid off a while ago. I'm talking about Keyshawn Johnson. I remember that way back. I think it might have been like 1999, 1998, whatever it was. He came across me. Somebody knocked his helmet off, and he'd been sick about that ever since. So, but yeah, he whenever anybody talk about the Lions, he always say, "Well, y'all think they're gonna be invincible, and y'all think they're gonna be." Nobody's saying that. Nobody even on his show and in front of him is saying that. But for some reason, these people, when people talk positive about the Lions, they get mad. So, what was the guy name again? Who lists this?
Pete Prisco or whatever.
Pete Briscoe. If you one of them, then you need to shut up forever. Then. Mm-hmm. So and this, I hope that the Lions players that made it, didn't make it, whatever it is. I hope that because this Pete Briscoe, this don't count, but. Use whatever you need for motivation. You know what I'm saying? We see the documentaries now, everybody, the memes and everything. Michael Jordan, I took it personally. Be like that. That's why I'm saying I'm around. I trust that he's gonna be like that, because he take anything as a slight. He gets so mad, he go out and catch extra balls. So I let that be fuel. You know what I'm saying? To put behind you all right, y'all think the Lions ain't gonna be nothing, or y'all mad because people saying the Lions is gonna be something. Be mad at this and go out there and step on people. Please, for me.
Yeah. And, one of the interesting things to point out here is Detroit Fan Man brings this out. We allegedly have the best O-line. It was in the top 5 all last year. It did not drop out of the top 10. But only Penei Sewell is a top 100 with the plus 30 honorable mentions. Maybe our O-line isn't that good. If Penei Sewell made it, why did not the rest of the guys?
Because it's Pete Briscoe list, and I should have said this first. I personally, I'm not an NFL player, but if I wouldn't care about any list. I wouldn't care about the top. Yeah, I would, because that's player voted. So I will figure out who voted. And if you line up on me, or across from me on that Sunday, and I find out that you voted, and I'm gonna say if I'm Aline McNeil or something, and you ain't vote me, and you the guard that's in front of me, or you the center that's in front of me, you gonna have the longest Sunday afternoon that you ever plan on having. I might get ejected for how part I'm about to be on your backside. I don't let that be the fuel. You know what I'm saying? Just use it for whatever. Just have a good season. So just prove all these people that say all this dumb stuff wrong.
And Topto 100 was reacting to you and saying, I was wondering why Keyshawn was so critical of the Lions. Somebody stretched him, lol.
I wonder if somebody look it up. I'm almost certain it was either like 1998 or 1999 or whatever it was. And yeah, he was with the Bucks still and came across that middle and somebody got him good. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to make sure you guys hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Bring more Lions fans into the Prowl Nation Roar. This is a fun family opportunity for all of us to share your thoughts. And while LL's looking that up, I'm just going to go ahead and go through the Wall of Fame real quick. We've got D313. We on Top Doe 100. Dan Spanos, Joe Mo, Bob Krasowski, Brian Stover, Renty Q, Latino, Leo, Crystal Wiley, and Detroit Jew rounding up our bronze members. Cap Ice Cold, Kirkland Pratt, and Dale are silver members. Dominic Davis, Jazzy One, Paul Jaros, John Martin, Lionor Dushbagia, Michael Lewis, Justin the D, Larry McQuiston, Tornado, North End Ken, and Michael Huck, Mr. Reliable. Thank you guys for your support and love in keeping Jim's legacy on this channel going. So did you find what you're looking for?
Yes, I was wrong. I said it was 1999 1998. It was actually in 2000. It was it don't say what at least I haven't seen the week yet, but it say October 19th, 2000. Keyshawn KO by Lions. So if you, at least that's my reason why. Because why else it's like whenever the Lions come up, just pay attention to he don't like that stuff. He don't like when the Lions is being talked about, especially not positive. Whenever they do it, Detroit is going to be Detroit. He's just say, oh, they're just Detroit or whatever. Or they're playing hard, but they're still, he's one of them. And I'm okay with that because we've been the Lions. I talk worse about the Lions than I feel like anybody else going to talk about, but I deserve to. Keyshawn, you don't.
Dan Spano says, tell LL I said to check his messenger. So Dan Spano just sent you a message on something or another. So now you got to share. You got passed the note in class. You got to share the message. And he says, I remember that hit, LOL. But yeah, I mean, there's so many football guys that just need to shut up on Twitter and shut up on Facebook and shut up on Instagram and shut up on TikTok because they just be saying stuff that they don't need to be saying.
Where'd you send it at, Dan Spanos?
He said Facebook Messenger.
Oh, I didn't. That's the one I did not look at. All right. Yep.
Oh, he sent you the Hendon Hooker SI
Oh.
No.
Hendon Hooker on. Why did they do that? I feel like, you know what? Here's a conspiracy. They trying to get Jared Goff about. Well, maybe that ain't a bad conspiracy. I don't know. Excitement brewing for it. That's wow. It shouldn't be big. Maybe it ain't big. I did not know he was on the cover. That's kind of hard.
I'm telling you, Hendon Hooker is one of those franchise quarterback guys that's, it's all going to depend on that injury and overcoming it. But I guarantee you, as far as the rest of his talents, he's on an whole nother level. Lions 1960, born and raised and geared a Lions fan. Dad never got to see the Super Bowl he wanted, but hopefully I will this year or the next. And we do. We want to wish you guys, I hope you guys had a very happy Father's Day, all you Lion Kings out there of the Prowl Nation Pride. And remember June 19th. And celebrate diversity with us. We're all about diversity as a family, and overcoming those challenges and obstacles that prevent us from that keep us divided. That those things should never happen. Um, I just found it. KJ was destroyed by Corbin Brown. His helmet flew off. He took seconds to recover and rejoin his team. What a moment back in the NFC Central days.
I want to interview Keyshawn Johnson. Just ask him. I won't even be aggressive until I ask that question. I'm just gonna ask. I mean, your views on the Lions, man. I really want to know. Is it because of this? And I'm gonna show it to him, and I hope he start crying.
He's like the player version of Carlos.
Do I know
Carlos Monterez or whatever? That one that always wants to talk shit about the Lions. That news reporter.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I mean, and that's but see, like stuff like that. As a fan, that make me be like, all right, because like anytime Lions do anything good, I think about Keyshawn just a little bit. So just like my cousin, I got a cousin who for whatever reason hate the Lions, but he a Tom Brady fan. He was a Patriots fan. Now he was a Bucks fan. I don't know who he gonna root for now because he ain't got nobody D to S. But every time the Lions did because look at the Lions, they blah 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 every win. I wouldn't even say a whole lot. I just popped in there. I might send them some eyes. I might send them just a little boss up. I'll just send them whatever because you had a whole lot to say. Now you ain't. That's if you gonna talk, at least keep talking. And Keyshawn will do that. Win, lose, or draw, he still talking about the Lions. Some people out there, they gonna talk all that junk when Lions do something good. They just don't shut up like they should.
They had to give him smelling salts. He doesn't remember that hit literally. He just wake up mad.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it is. He just knows something bad happened in Detroit, and every time Detroit come up, it just
every time he hears that name, and like he has a PSD moment.
I mean, it was a it's understandable if that's the case,
The mention of Detroit Lions is like a trigger warning for like he got shot by the NFL or something.
Something.
All right, we're rolling up on time now. So, you got any final thoughts tonight?
Yes. Of course, final thoughts. Happy Juneteenth. I like the meme where it said, are you off or is your job a little racist? I'm not gonna say about my job because I'm not, because I don't know. I feel like they watch this kind of stuff. But yeah, I had to work today. But and I don't mean that anyway. That's just a joke. But celebrate how you got to, understand what the day is for. Understand what they did and what they continue to try to do to marginalize people. So have a great Monday and celebrate, man. Light the grill, drink some wine, do a cartwheel, stay in the house, read a book, educate yourself on more of those type of topics, because what we don't know is that it's a lot of that kind of stuff. One thing that we've been talking about, just friends and conversation lately, is about like how Lake Lanier and other lakes, because it's hundreds of lakes. I might be wrong. It might be thousands of lakes around the U.S. alone, and I know it might be elsewhere, but where Black communities were flooded to for whatever reason, to disperse the Black folks or to put a dam in or whatever it is. So just understand, read up, educate yourself on things that were done, what they might try to do, whatever it is, and understand that everybody isn't the same. There are some allies out there. Everybody don't hate the same and everything like that. So take that into consideration as well.
Yeah, but we need to work on both sides of the fence to be able to mend the errors of the past and build a whole new community. And that's one of our biggest things here at Proud Nation Pride, is we respect everyone, no matter what who or what you are or what you even want to identify as long as you're respectful and you treat other people right, you are part of the Proud Nation family. So don't forget, guys, we'll have our gold members meeting on Wednesday. If you're not a gold member, you're missing out. Make sure you hit that join button and come hang out with us on Wednesday. The link will be in the community tab. And we will have another show again on Wednesday night. But until then, you know what? Us lions here are only as good as our pride and our pack. So we love you. We thank you. We appreciate you for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll see you again on Wednesday. Till next time, We love you, Jim.